Okay, we are back. We are comfortable. Shell is snacking, but that's fine, because I got a side quest to do. I really like the fact that you can interact with this loading screen. It's not much, but it's charming. I do wish there was like a proper mini game or something. Okay. Ooh, this music is neat.
So what's this mission?
So this mission is completely irrelevant. Take Petra out of here.
Just another training mission?
Yeah. Let's see. We got Catherine, we got Cyril. Let's see. We don't want most of these characters. Oh, this music is actually really freaking good. Let's see.
Do I've noticed? Most of the portraits have them turn away even more. Beforehand, they seem to be, for the most part, 3/4.
Yeah.
But now they're at the... Oh, what's the position? It's even further.
We'll grab Ignatz. Just because... Man... The music for part 2 is nuts. Let's see. Begin the battle. No. Map. Where is X? I'll probably just send X forward and we'll just figure out the rest. Begin battle. Okay, question.
What's my strategy?
He hasn't finished his... Let's see. Does he have this equipped? Let's get rid of that. Okay.
What's the plan? Steady now.
Let's see. Is there anybody... Attack.
Ready and
Oh, hey, Aloise.
Guide me well.
And let's just have Sedith roll out. Yeah, I never finished the other two, like, numbered missions. Ow.
I won't allow it.
These guys actually hurt. Unsurprisingly. Shell's just in snack mode.
Could be better.
Oh, that's Cyril. I thought Cyril was supposed to have, like, crazy stat growth, but I guess I was wrong.
Sorry, I'm quiet. I was just having yummy sour cream and onion chips.
Gambit?
It's my favorite flavor.
Gambit!
Oh, nice.
Nothing personal.
I wonder what would have happened if you had made finding Rhea your prerogative. If they would have just said, "Oh, we've searched everywhere for her in the last 5 years. We have to work into." I was about to say Dominion territory. I mean, Imperial territory in order to find her, and then you would probably be set back with helping them. Or do you think it would have changed?
I doubt it. I doubt anything would have changed.
It's predictable.
Is that all?
You defeat me.
The music really did get much better by part 2. Like, I liked the battle theme from the previous.
He's catching up to me.
Maybe it's one of those that I just have to wait long enough for this music, this dramatic music, to get old. But apparently, I like it a lot. I'm noticing my enemies are starting to do a lot more damage. Uh-oh.
Is that all?
Alois might be in trouble. Yup.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh well. Doesn't matter. I don't have classic mode on. Oh. Didn't realize there was a King of Fangs there.
I mean, this was a red encounter, wasn't it? So a beast was to be expected.
I just said a band of thieves.
Lament your weakness.
Yeah, I apologize if my
Let's
cavalier
clean up.
attitude of character death is bothersome. Oh, he doesn't have a
I do
weapon.
this for all of us.
I mean, your character will come back after the battle.
Yeah.
It's not a permanent death.
Normally I'd like go back in time or something like that, but I don't know.
Feels good to fight for a cause.
Leave it to me. I'm just going to biff people up.
No chance.
Should probably give... Hey!
Did it again.
He did get beat there, but that's okay. And Lance... It's probably fine.
Less likely to be hit. Not quite enough to slay him, though.
Yeah, unfortunately his speed's kind of low. I mean, these guys are level 32. He's level 25.
Ah. So were you supposed to have gotten everyone up to 30?
No. I mean, this is just a random battle, but my characters are getting underleveled at this point. Many of them are good just because I've, like, properly built them up and so on and so forth.
Growth sustains me.
Fine work.
But at this point, I can actually start using all of my characters and not feeling like I'm I'm like overgrinding them. Probably. This mission might also be slightly higher tier. Let's see. Let's equip the fist and then attack with fire.
I wonder what determines at which age these immortals cease to age.
I must lead them well.
Or is it all dependent on the sleep cycles?
You know, that's an interesting question.
There's no turning back now.
Because I'm reminded of
I'll
Interview
use
with
this
the
power for
Vampire.
the greater good.
and how it's interesting. It's Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, and a young Kirsten Dunst. And she plays a young girl who's turned into a vampire, and she never ages. Like, once you're turned into a vampire, you don't age from that point. So it becomes an issue when, you know, years and years pass, because she's actually envious of women for, you know, being able to be a woman. She's essentially a several century old person who's stuck in the body of a not even 10-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's a tough dude. He's weak to fire, though.
All is going to plan.
Loads of EXP for Catherine. This is good. Let's see, do we help? How much damage do we do? Okay amount.
I'm
Golly.
grateful.
And I remember it got me thinking, wouldn't it be terrible to have been turned into a vampire when you're really, really old?
Yeah. Because you probably look horrifying and decrepit.
But I wonder, would you be at the same strength, or would you have the same aches and pains, or would those all disappear because you're a vampire?
Probably an amount of it would disappear.
Why, thank you.
Probably not all of it, though. Yeah, it's an interesting question. Or to self-give him a bow. Because he can't even attack with the magic that I was training him in.
But it just makes me wonder, were they mortals before they were blessed? Or were they always something else?
Well, Flayn most definitely. Well,
I fully grasped this topic.
Because it could have been that they were granted immortality when they were blessed and made into saints. And the old legends may have just played up their age, so that she was a a woman and her father, an older man, but in reality, he was a much younger man and she a teenager.
But he does damage. Problem solved.
You haven't earned my pity.
Yeah, I would think if you were an old person turned into a vampire, you'd probably slowly get younger.
Well, the thing is,
I guess it really depends on, like...
It depends on the vampire lore that you're working with, because
Yeah.
by that nature, would a young child still age up to the quote-unquote prime, you know, say their mid-20s or early 30s, and then stop aging? But in that, it was, she was stuck as a child forever because she had been turned into a vampire as a child.
I did not notice there was a mage in that group. Owie. Raphael is slower than I was expecting you would be. I think I got debuffed.
Sorry it's gotta be like this.
Okay, training bow. Enough iron bow? Still not enough. Going for it anyway. Maybe she'll get a crit. Sometimes they do. Oh, for a second I thought he had a really cool helmet on, but no, he has a really dumb hat.
But then wouldn't have it had been initially, to your perception, a cool hat?
If it was like a couple inches lower on his face, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ignots, have bow. Have speed ring too. Let's see. Items. Okay, he's already got that equipped. Oh, it's an iron bow plus. I guess I didn't really need that anyway.
A number of them have the poof pants.
No
Oh,
mercy.
the what, huh?
A number of them have the poof pants.
I mean, they're comfy.
I've got to pull it together.
Wander has some dark periwinkle ones. But those are back with your parents. And we had gotten them in, what, Sarajevo?
Yeah. Yeah, we were wandering around the markets of Sarajevo and we're like, hey, these look fun. One of my friends was having a bad day too, so we're like, I don't know, this seems like it would be kind of a fun thing. The answer was, it was. Oh wow, we can't hurt him at all. Well, you know who can hurt him? Plane. Let's see. Wind. And Gale. Leaves him at 1. Nope, never mind. Kills him dead. That does the trick.
I feel my strength building.
Booyan again.
Yep. Needs money.
Oh, you completed the stage already.
Yep.
That's nice.
Okay. Oh, let's see. We should probably do one of these.
Dealing with deserters. Wait. Can we see the quests?
Let's see. So we have dealing with deserters and pirates in the north. Neither of these have a time limit on them. So...
Dealing with deserters is closer.
Yep. A soldier has obtained information about deserters. It seems they're skilled soldiers, so you should persuade them to join you.
Oh, there you go. Sleeping around.
Okay, refresh battalions. Oh, it's this again. Let's see, units. Poor Alois. Okay character, but that one guy stomps you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a look at this. A lot of archers. I'm noticing. Wait, what the? It's all archers.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of unusual, actually.
Who would be most efficient at...
I mean, pretty much everybody
them.
but Sedith should be fine for this.
Right.
Let's see. Inventory, reclass. X. Oh, right. Back to his enlightened one. Back to commoner. No.
I've set my...
Probably might still want to switch to something else. Eventually with the main character. Shouldn't matter too much, though. His stats are pretty high. Let's see. Should be fine.
Ready and able.
And there... Well, his chance to hit is bad.
I must
But his
stay the
damage is
course.
good.
I do this for all of us.
Oh, she can hit.
Yeah.
I think I liked her old
Home again soon.
messy hair.
Leave it to me.
It's gonna take some getting used to, I think, a lot of these characters. Just in general. Because, like, they
Getting used to
do...
them.
Some of them straight up look like completely different people. Ingrid is another one of those. Where
Yeah.
they really do just look like a completely different
And
person.
I actually really
What's my
liked the old hairstyle with Hilda. And the old portrait in general.
Yeah, Hilda
Guide me well.
and...
I think that they did a good job with Raphael. He looks like
Yeah,
a...
Raphael looks
I'll
like
talk
Raphael.
Nothing personal.
And Felix is fine.
Yeah,
Ferdinand, I liked how he has
One
long hair
to
now.
remember.
yeah, he went kind of full Fabio.
Strength never betrays.
Sylvain didn't seem to change much at all.
No, he got cooler armor though.
Obviously, Flane and Set didn't
What's the
change. I
plan?
really like Petra's new design.
Yeah, yeah, Petra's design
Let's
was a good
clean up.
choice. He's a pretty good archer.
Feels good to fight for a cause. Strength is all for a mercenary.
Onward.
Let's see. Who else can I rescue? Nobody from this mess.
Are you just changing their positions?
Well, I could have pulled somebody closer,
Steady
but
now.
that's a bad idea. Not sure if I want to use Sedith here.
My apologies.
Well, those are they... No, they still look like archers as opposed to mages.
Those two are mages.
They are mages? Okay. I thought for a moment that it looked like one had a bow, but it was just a sleeve that was curved.
Boring.
Ooh.
Ooh, Alois. Are you just gonna get warped every single time? Nope. You did not get warped, good for Alois. Heal.
Ooh.
Let's see. What do we got? Helm Splitter? Helm Splitter! Good luck, Alois. You're not a terrible character and your armor looks great. But you're just gonna get jobbered into next Tuesday repeatedly, because that's just how this works. And the main problem is just his resistance stat is criminally low.
Pretty good, huh? Only the strong survive.
It's amusing that we're taking down the people we're supposed to be recruiting.
Maybe?
Or these bandits that are threatening their position.
You know, grand scheme of things, completely unsure of that one.
I saw that. I took care of it.
Let's see, so Ignots to get as much EXP as possible. And Sylvain. Because I'm trying to get a number of them up to like 30-ish.
You knew the odds.
Ish. Let's see, so far so good. If I put her there, it should be fine. Anybody? Nope, that's just rescue. Anybody even up here? Oh. Pretty much just no-go zone with Setith, unfortunately. Still just sit around rallying various people. There we go.
Too easy.
At least these archers don't hurt that much. I guess the real answer is just, as long as I don't, like, engage too many mages, I should be fine.
Too easy.
We're awfully good at dodging. That really helps.
Yeah, I find a number of the, like, unarmored characters do end up, like... they do end up getting, like, a decent amount of avoidance stat to, you know, counteract. Okay, Steelax.
must
In our
stay the
last
course.
campaign, though I didn't enjoy the feeling that my
Growing
character was
stronger,
really
sir.
only capable of attacking with daggers and swords and physical weapons as a rogue, I really did like the fact that there was that nimble dodge move that pretty much just gave you an extra 2 AC.
It was brutal.
Destiny
Nothing could hit you.
unfurls.
I wonder if things have been changed. We'll have to compare the test book to the new book because Wander recently acquired the official release of Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I am looking forward to playing more of that. We'll probably talk to people
again.
about that on Saturday.
Though I'm still looking forward to potentially doing a true Starfinder campaign where we play Starfinder races and start with Starfinder
Until we meet
classes.
again.
Yeah, could do that too.
I sense an improvement.
I mean, you could also DM things for once.
Yeah. My one apprehension when it comes to DMing
Thinning their numbers.
is I don't know how well I'd be able to react
Not
and
what I was.
change my game plans because you know how I love planning out my stories, and I'm concerned about the potential of having to.
You get surprisingly good at it with practice.
No,
Like,
that's
it really
true.
is a practice thing.
No
Because
mercy.
I'm fine with improvisation, but
I found strength in adversity.
improving a story when you had something else in mind, I suppose it's maybe the point of being a DM is that you don't have a concise story, that things are, you have the main setting, you have some characters and such, but be prepared for them to be taken out of order or for things to be
Thanks so much.
killed too soon or
Yep.
I have
plot lines to
gratitude.
be cast aside for in favor of something else. I don't know.
Much appreciated.
Okay. So who needs instruction? Unfortunately, I think I say morale has dropped, but
I'll keep.
I haven't been buffing morale lately. We could go gift bomb people. That would solve some problems. Good trainer in bow, but like, I don't know why.
Yes.
It's slightly weirder when they're doing those, like, kind of... The like, yes!
Yeah.
You know that. It's slightly weirder when they're, like, adult. If that makes sense.
You're good. You're good. Like,
It just looks slightly weirder. Okay, who else needs some bonus training? Shell, can you go?
Check.
Yeah,
it.
because that's running like non-stop, and that shouldn't be doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm just going to be doing management for the next, like, couple of minutes anyway. I'm sorry.
You have
Yay.
one step. You.
Okay. So, she's up to A rank in swords. We still have plenty of time here. Let's see. Hi to Raphael. I want to say Lorenz is a... I guess he's a B rank in swords. Can kind of work on lances. He's still a bit of a lost cause. Oh, nope, we still have one more person. Let's see, how's Ferdinand doing? Nope, Ferdinand got nothing. Then Hart isn't terrible. Bernadetta. Bernadetta needed help with horses. Because I'd like most of my snipers to end up being, bow knights. Maybe, just for some extra things. Okay. And goals? Did I want to change anybody? He's axes and flying, and we're working on that. She's working on lances and horses because I want her to be a dark knight. I guess that's the point of what Lorenz should be. Huh, Lorenz is actually much closer to being a dark knight now that I'm thinking about it. Because that B rank in horses that we got. Let's see, Ferdinand. Because I've never changed this, and that's probably why his horses sucks. Whereas his axes are okay. Like, I could actually have him roll heavy armor slowly. I don't know. Bernadetta is getting kind of close to Bow Knight levels. She's getting there. She's probably fine as she is. I don't really know what to do with Felix. Probably just keep him Swordmaster perpetually. Let's see. Annette. Let's see. Sedith. Why is he lances? An authority. I mean, it's useful, but I can't rank him up to the next level of class without that. She's good. I really wish there was a magic bowman class in this game. I'm kind of consistently surprised that there isn't. Let's see. Axes. Oh. Axes, and we should probably put some on heavy armor for him. Catherine is probably fine. I don't think she'll ever change out of that. What about her? Let's do bow. And Shell got a snack treat something. Ah, root beer. Those are good. I like them. Okay, so that's enough management. We're out of point things.
Professor.
No. Let me guess. This is just going to be the group activity? I think it is.
We did good.
Right. They were working on heavy armor. I don't think it gets them much skill EXP, which is kind of unfortunate.
Remember when I was
Another
young,
gain from mortal risk.
I would avoid
It's
root
within
beer
my
like the
grasp.
plague because I
I'd
just
never
thought
have
that
learned
the
this
taste was
back in
very
my room.
peculiar.
I
But-
have much expertise now.
It's fine
Feeling
now.
pretty
I
good
like it a
about
lot.
this.
Root beer is good stuff.
And he says root beer.
Root.
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 Root. Roof.
Thank you so much.
And he goes roof.
Roof. So we could explore. Yeah, let's just explore real quick.
It's funny because the only other person I've ever heard pronounce things in that manner is my grandma, and she's from the Midwest.
Happens? I don't know. I can almost get my professor level up. Let's get some white flowers. I should probably buy some more flower seeds at some point.
What new outfits are there?
So I bought the season pass.
Oh, so what outfits do you have?
Time to find out. Oh, we also have some support conversations. We have many.
Ton.
Okay, so how do I change my outfit?
Maybe it's in...
It said you can do it in the journal.
inventory?
Oh,
Maybe it's
journal in your room.
A.
Okay. And yeah, we can also just start gift bombing people.
Now, is this just an outfit for you or for other characters too?
Ah, journal here. So New Game Plus lets me... Oh.
Oh, ew. Why?
I am Vice Admiral Dude.
Also, your hair looks silver rather than green. I do not like
It's the
this.
lighting, I think.
Oh, I see. It is. No, no. Go back to your normal outfit, please. I hate this.
You don't want school officer? Hey, look, the outfit looks much better as lady. Oh, Academy with cloak.
Slightly better, but if you could lose the hat.
Yeah, if you could lose the hat. Like, that's my main beef. It's just the hat. On the flip side, though, Shell, we're keeping this.
Why?
Because I get to use this in battle, no matter what class I am. So we don't have to be...
No, I'd rather you have the weird collar than this.
You'd rather have the
stupid thing.
giant...
Yes. At least you look like a regal imperial
I don't know. I think you
king or
look
something.
dumb.
I just hate hats.
Alright, whatever.
No hats.
I wonder if New Game Plus you can change Byleth's gender. I hope so. Because the female version of that actually looks fairly okay.
No.
Well, that person disagrees with me, so I don't know how to feel on this matter.
Who disagrees? Who?
We just went past an NPC and they're like, no! And I was just like, alright. Take you at your word, I guess. Okay, New Game Plus lets you switch gender. That's good. Man, I'm gonna have a lot of Master Seals.
But is that any time during the playthrough, or is that at the beginning of it?
At the beginning of it. That'd be weird if you could flip your gender around
Baby
freely.
Groot hates hats too. Is that true?
Maybe?
Professor.
Okay, right. So we have... Honestly... let's see. So we want to have... Hilda, how do you feel about a sword tournament? Should probably save before I do this. She should be fine. Well, let's get my professor level up.
Yeah, I would rather have the shoulder armor and the weird swishy sleeves.
I just wish I could wear this outfit always into battle.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get used to this.
So female Byleth recruits Sylvain immediately. Without stat, skills, or support.
Well.
Which is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
No, I probably
Can't
actually
afford to
will
slack
roll
off.
female Sylvain for at least the next route.
Byleth, you mean?
Oh, yeah, sorry, female Byleth.
The only reason
Don't
why
get
we
used
ended
to
up
this.
choosing male Byleth for this one was because
There's weird stockings.
she had, the transparent stockings with designs,
Can't afford
the
to slack
exposed
off.
belly button, and she had an even more soulless stare than even male Byleth did.
Sorry, but it's you or me.
But
I think it's just that the soulless stare is creepier on women than men.
well, no, I actually thought that at least the angle of his eyebrows denoted maybe some kind of concentration or like something was going on behind those eyes. Whereas she just had
Can't
a
afford to
truly
slack
blank
off.
stare.
I really wish
Sorry,
you could
but
use the
it's
free
you or me.
exploration period to, like, do individual training with your students.
Sorry, but it's you or me.
It would be very nice.
Can't afford to slack.
Really. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna need to do that fishing thing to get my professor level
Sorry,
up.
but it's you
I
or
straight
me.
up have, like, no use for professor levels. Yeah, female Byleth's outfit doesn't have the hat. That's neat. Yeah, and that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Which do I need? I have no idea. I think we gotta do this one more
Yeah,
time.
why would they make the cape optional but not the hat optional as well?
I know. Because, like, if it wasn't for the hat, it'd be perfect. It'd also be kind of cool if you could, if they, like, I would spend $5 to get a variety pack of, like, costumes for certain characters.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We definitely want Lysithia and Ferdinand.
Hilda's full portrait is uncomfortable to look at.
Who?
Eating
Hilda's?
delicious food really takes my worries away.
Yeah.
The
Delicious. After a
No, I can see that. See, do you ever get any other outfits in this game? No, and that always shocks me a little bit. I know people like to be like, nah, paid DLC, but, like, I don't know.
Singing's okay.
Now, does that help motivation? Oof. Okay.
no.
Oh, wait, more adjutants. Did that not help their motivation? Oh,
No,
it
not
did
at all.
not.
Are gifts the only thing that do that then?
Yeah. Let's see. Where'd my phone go? My phone's over there.
Looks like all your old fish. Nah, you wouldn't give someone fish. Plus, they would have been long rotted.
I feel like you should be able to give Flame fish. Like freshly caught fish. Like that would actually be really nice. Let's see. Okay. So we want to do sheets. We're just going to gift bomb people until they're max motivation. I'm not going to try and like get them up friendship levels yet.
No, I'm surprised that more games haven't gone to television show levels with their DLCs.
My spreadsheet.
Where they have a decent pilot episode, if you
They
will,
trashed my
as in a fairly
spreadsheet.
full game. But then you have substantial DLCs that add on to it in an episodic fashion. I remember the people behind Halo were wanting to have something that ambitious, but they never did it.
Did what? Sorry?
I remember there was a time when a number of game studios were considering doing DLC to create substantial expansions, if you will, onto an original game's content. So the initial game would have a sizable campaign, but it would be a pilot episode, if you will, for something that would continue in an episodic fashion through several DLCs and expansions. if you think about it, really only MMOs have truly done that. And I suppose a couple other games. But more MMOs and multiplayer games give you either paid expansions or I think Guild Wars 2 has their living world where it's every couple, what was it, weeks or months, they come up with a new chapter to a smaller story that's adding on to the original expansion. I'd like to go back to playing again, but not too long.
Wait a second, they destroyed my sheet. Garden. Oh, wow.
Anthem? Oh, well, I thought that Anthem was rushed and released way too soon.
Huh. Give me a second. So, I was good. The previous sheet that I had. Let me see if I can save a copy of this. I have no idea.
I think the only other thing that did something like that, weren't the Telltale games released as chapters, but then the issue was you would just wait until all the chapters were released before you actually purchased it?
Yeah. Yeah, they would do like, 5 episodes or something.
Mm-hmm.
What is the sheet that I want?
But nah, for single-player campaign games, I can definitely see why that... I hate it when games release something and they say, oh, well, we have whole new chapters in the wings, but you know, they're going to be behind additional paywalls and such. And so why didn't you just include that in the game? But for MMO and multiplayer games, it's a way for them to have content going in between the major expansions.
They've...
What's going on?
They completely changed. So...
Come on, why don't we just guess? She's a healer. She is fairly devout.
Okay, there we go. I got it. It's just dumb. So effectively, I'd been using a spreadsheet for a while, and the person that had made the spreadsheet straight up just deleted it.
Oh my!
And I'm not really sure why.
Was it DMCA'd? Probably not. That wouldn't be something you could be DMCA'd for.
They could have a new one. I could be using a bad link. It could be a lot of things.
It could have been copied from someone else's list. Who knows?
I don't think so. I mean, it could have been, but like, it's not that it's like original information. Let's see. Do I care about Ignots? No. Training Ignots isn't super important. The characters that I mainly want to train up are like Sylvain, Petra, the ones that I use. Let's see, you could use Serene Forest list. Okay. Serene Forest, 3 houses. There we go. I should probably grab my netbook for this sort of thing. It'd probably be a lot easier than my phone.
With you.
Okay, gifts. So she liked hunting daggers. It'd be nice if it actually marked what a character likes once you've discovered it. Let's see, and Sylvain was down here. Anthem died so hard. I'm hoping that they kind of pull a No Man's Sky with it, but I highly doubt it.
From what I heard, they were having project leads and artists and directors, and they were having people changing the concept for the game right and left, and it had just game-changing decisions occurring years into production. So things
Yeah.
like that are just.
It
They're-
sounds like an absolute mess.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel bad
It's kind
because,
of like movies that
I can just,
they're
I don't
filmed
know.
part
Sorry,
way
and I'm
and then they
hoping-
get a new director or a new writer and such, and then they try fixing it, but then they have to reshoot a bunch of things and then they have to edit. I don't know. So there's definitely been a lot of instances of that happening in the industry nowadays.
Oh,
I mean, the games industry has always been mildly volatile, which does actually kind of suck.
I wonder if it is in part because there's a clash between creatives and corporate. Because corporate's interested in probably the monetary results and pushing out what they think is going to be popular
Well, and just making money.
and what can make
I mean,
them the
half
most
the
money.
reason why they even
whereas the
made-
creative people actually want to make a great game
Yeah.
with a great story and a great
hey
aesthetic
there, my
and something
thanks to-
different.
It's like, and
But
now, you
things
should
that
go.
are risk-taking are too they're too volatile, and investors worry about the investors. They don't want to.
Hey,
We've just been getting so many sequels, prequels, remakes.
I mean, on the nice side, in the games industry, people are a little bit more receptive to when a game is just a shilling. Then again, like, you still get a lot of, like, Call of Duty still making buttloads of money for no goddamn reason.
I'm more of a. I never was, but I might change.
I mean, all they have to do is just make a new skin for their current game, right?
Yeah. I mean, they
Thanks.
make apparently new ones-ish
Thanks.
every once in a while. It's a sad state of affairs to be a creative type in the professional environment. Sort of, yeah.
Yes, and I think I was reading about it recently, but
and lady,
there's
know that-
rumors that in light of all these new streaming services and things that Disney, who owns Marvel and such, and Warner Brothers and everyone's trying to
I'll
get
take
into, that printed media is going to die hard. It was already starting to occur with books, but now it's getting into the graphic novel sector. They're not even going to have printed comic books anymore, or
Professor, why
and-
not
but
looking back?
it goes even beyond that. They might even cease to make comic books, which is insane because if you think about it, that is what Marvel and DC were founded by, comics.
Is this
Sort of. I mean, I can kind of understand it, though. Like, every time I try and get back into comics, I just totally fall off the bus.
Well, so when I was a teenager and I'd go and read manga and such, and I'd also go into the store for graphic novels, I was genuinely interested in the new graphic novels. Like, sure, I'd maybe fallen off of DC before
Professor, fight me,
I
but anyway.
ceased to have an interest in Marvel comics. And I was really invested in Star Wars comics back when Dark Horse was still doing them. But mainly that was because so many of them were unified by a couple writers, and they were making... And there were also some amazing artists at the time, too. I've been finding lately that the quality of the artwork and the writing in comic books has kind of fallen off the map.
It varies. There's some really good stuff. Also, there was some really bad stuff back in the day.
Oh, no, I don't doubt it. But it's one of those things where I've been finding that I can't get myself into modern series, and it's as you've said too. You get confused by
For me?
what reboot or what alternate
remake,
reality,
reboot. Yeah.
what version you're reading. Because there were the Ultimate
Remember they
series
said
for
they
a
had
while in
hair
Marvel and such,
And I actually really liked the Ultimates. I thought the Ultimates was...
a lot of the Ultimates were handled by really interesting artists too. So.
Yeah. They had a very slick modern style and some other things. The main issue that made the Ultimates kind of rough is because they really did do... Like, they did change quite a lot. And it made it...
I think they killed off a lot of characters that normally wouldn't.
Well, yeah.
have, and
I also remember they made, like, Mr. Incredible just, like, insane and almost murderous.
Oh yeah, they were changing who was a villain and who was a hero around as well.
Hmm.
But then again, that's what they always do in their alternate realities. But I think what we were discussing earlier today is that the reason why the manga industry has been doing so well, especially, is because people are interested in these indie, if you will, stories that aren't part of a greater fictional universe spanning dozens of superheroes, if you will.
But thanks to you.
See, I prefer things like comics when it's just like full linear story, beginning, middle, and end. Here's your cast of characters, and then it's done.
Right, whereas old comic books are based on a serial.
Mm-hmm.
So it's as though it's a very episodic... I mean, they were starting to go for story arcs and such, but... No, people, I believe, have started to favor the ongoing story, new universes, new characters.
Professor, it's all, of course, so do your best.
Okay. Fiona. Hunting dagger training.
Wow.
Yeah, the one problem with guessing here
A country.
is
Oh,
then I have to give twice as much, and that kind of sucks.
people are bringing up that, yeah, without physical media... it was funny. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Ultraviolet? Not the movie, but there was a service where for a while when you bought Blu-ray or DVDs, they would come with a code, and it would allow you to have a digital copy of the movie that you just purchased so that you could access it on your computer whenever you wanted to by logging into their website and being able to stream it from there. And I think I'd maybe activated the keys for maybe Hellboy 2 or, I don't know what other movies I'd gotten with Ultraviolet at the time. But it's interesting because they closed down and they were sending me email after email saying, you know, go through our process to try to find a way to get your video on another service. I think maybe there was a way to get it through Google Play or something. But I didn't even bother. Because I still had the physical media for it. But I do wonder... if you ever purchase something from a service and it shuts down, it's just gone, right? Unless they do offer what the Ultraviolet offered, where you can get it from another platform.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always like having physical copies of things.
I don't. Like, it'll suck, say, when Steam shuts down, but, like, chances are there's going to be a preservation project where they, you know, almost all the games that I enjoyed get carried over. Also, A rank with Claude.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hey there. What are you doing up at this hour?
Couldn't sleep.
Is that right? I guess the more you have to think about, the harder it is to fall asleep. At times like this, I like to gaze up at the stars to clear my head. I've been that way since I was a kid. Looking up at the big starry sky makes my dreams feel small, which makes it feel like I can actually make them come true. I didn't believe in gods when I was a kid. Maybe that's because the night sky took their place for me. Hey, Teach, will you talk with me a while? I bet you figured this out, but I wasn't born in Fódlan. Where I come from, the people of Fódlan are looked down on as cowards. Technically, that cowardice runs in my veins. On my mother's side, anyway. That's why the people who were around me when I was growing up thought of me as an outsider. But I don't believe the people of Fódlan are cowards. That kind of perspective is just based on ignorance. The person from Fódlan who I know best is my mother. She fell in love with a man from the wrong side of the border and had the guts to leave home to pursue that love. I always threw that in the faces of anyone who tried to make a fool of me. My mother is proof the people of Fódlan aren't all cowards. Just saying that doesn't achieve anything, though. I need to destroy the prejudices that have taken root in my homeland. That's why I came here, to see Fódlan with my own eyes. I thought I might be able to find a new perspective that could help me change things. And what did I find? That the people here view anyone who's an outsider as a beast of sorts. I was shocked. Even though our cultures and beliefs are completely different, our two lands have that much in common. That's when I realized the only way to change things is to bring the whole world together and start anew. That's the dream I've been working towards since I first entered the Officers Academy 5 years ago. To unify the Alliance, and then all of Fódlan, and to bring a new set of values to this new land of mine. After that, I'd expand that vision to the rest of the world, break down the walls, and let a new perspective come rushing in. Start all over. Do you think that's just a crazy pipe dream, or a brilliant ambition?
Now, isn't that no different than what Edelgard is attempting to do? But obviously, I don't know what means he would use to break down those walls and to unite everyone together.
Yeah, I think that's actually kind of a common element for this story, is that all three of them actually are working very much towards the exact same thing. Just
would
from
be their
three
methods.
completely different methods and directions.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully his is rooted in fostering understanding.
Mm-hmm. Rise to the challenge?
Not too long ago, I would have said it was too much for me to accomplish on my own.
Oh, right.
But that's not how I feel anymore. And that's because I have you on my side now. Lately, I've spent a lot of time thinking about how I wouldn't have made it this far without you. You and me, Teach. We can go anywhere. Do anything. I hope that you always walk in step with me. At least, until the day comes when we can look out at the peaceful world we've built. Together.
Yay. Any more dialogues?
Like that? No.
No, but between the characters. I thought there were a ton
Oh,
of...
yeah, we've got tons of support conversations.
Yeah. Are many of them getting to A rank, or are they at B with each other?
Mostly B, probably. Sorry,
The
I've
Church
just got to hand out gifts to, like, 2 more people.
Mm-hmm.
This is what.
Trying to memorize what characters like. It's a pain in the butt.
The interesting thing about the manga business from earlier that we were discussing is that Wander has been reading an awful lot of manhwa and
yeah.
visual novels and stuff. But it was interesting because I look over and I go, oh, what's this story about? And he tells me a synopsis that sounds very similar to the one that he's read previously. We've read a lot of...
There's 2. Solo Leveling and... What is it? I Am the Legendary Sorcerer? I forget the name of the other one. Because it's not as catchy. But the 2 of them have the exact same premise where, like, portals are opening in the modern world and monsters are rolling out to attack. They're both good, but they have, like, the exact same starting point. Yeah. The Solo Leveling is amazing. I like it. I think my only problem with both of these stories is the main character is the only one that's actually impressive and everybody else is just left in the dust.
Yeah,
So
when you
just-
have the very powerful main protagonist, it's...
Like,
eh.
I actually kind of have that problem with the professor in this game that everybody's like, you're so amazing. And I'm just like, I don't know. I still feel like you almost should have just been playing as Claude. And Claude as the main character, fully voiced. And then there's the other routes where you play as Dimitri and Edelgard, and X doesn't exist. I realize that there's a reason why X is here. For mystery. But still. Yeah, I tried solo leveling, hated the main character's attitude in the beginning. I think I actually skipped the first, like, 10 chapters. I should go back and read them at some point, but I don't wanna. Okay, so where's Sedith?
Why was he just insufferable?
No? I don't know.
Why would you skip the beginning of the
Pure
of
accident.
something? Often the beginning is what informs you. I know that there's that mentality that everyone has with some series where
you gotta find.
it's, oh, just skip the first 5 episodes or watch from the second season.
I think
it gets so much better.
So I think what happened was
there's that awkward phase where it's just starting off. So
somebody had linked one of the chapters, like chapter 10.
Okay.
And it was actually so good
But I will
that I just kept reading from there and didn't feel like going back because there was enough like flashback stuff
Hi.
that I was just kind of fine with it. I don't know. The Red Tower of God. I dropped off on it after the last hiatus just because it's very long and very slow. And unlike solo leveling, I mean the main character is still like a ridiculous monster, but there are stronger characters, so it's kind of easier to latch onto. My problem with that one is there's such a large cast that I actually don't know who half the characters are anymore. And it's so long that it's going to be impossible for me to go back and, like, find out who they are. Because the art style is, like, improved drastically, too. So, like, 1 or 2 characters will, like, show back up hundreds of chapters later, and they look completely different, and I'm just like, oh, who?
It reminds me of when I was first starting to read webcomics, and admittedly, I've fallen off from doing that and haven't really read much since. But it's impressive with series like, say, Zap, where the
I mean,
artwork-
the first bit of Zap looked like it was done straight up in crayon. And now
it was still digital though, wasn't it? Or was it?
yeah, but
pencil
it was
initially?
garbage. Like, it looked so bad.
And sometimes I like to check to see what the latest issues or parts are like, and I go, wow, you know, this guy's really improved. I think, though, a number of webcomic artists that are like that, I believe they were going back to redo the first couple issues
yeah.
or seasons.
I know that was true of, like, Zap specifically, that she was going back to redo them. And it was definitely worth it.
Perhaps.
Oops. Advanced drills.
Yeah, I suppose if you wanted something to be done in print, you would want a consistency.
Professor. 5. The Church of Seiros.
Not gifts. Advanced drills. Okay. Finally done with that. And there's also Hardcore Leveling Warrior. I read that for a while. Also had a very large cast. Also, I didn't latch on to the main character as much, because he just is kind of a dick. That is, like, his character.
This one? You're all set. This one?
Okay. We're almost actually
You're all
maxing these
set.
out. I guess the last is St. Keyhole. Oh. So that's Sethlian.
Mm-hmm.
That's Keyhole.
Right.
It looks kind of steady. I don't know about Macwheel or Indec, though.
See you again soon.
Okay, we are done. And now we can instruct. Yeah, now we can actually instruct characters and things. Leveling our horse skills is going to take forever.
But
Let's see.
was your father also immortal?
What?
Gerald.
Oh. 8.
Because Eloise seemed to say he was. Oh,
Yeah.
he hadn't aged in 20 years, and he confessed to me after having too many drinks that he's over 100.
I am. Enough.
So could he have been one of the blessed saints?
Doubt it. He didn't seem like it.
Well, he wasn't an archer like Indec, and he wasn't a mage like Macwheel. So, doesn't seem to line up.
I got it.
Doesn't seem as clued in either.
Mm-mm.
I guess it.
Because, like... Sedith definitely knew more of what was going on than Geralt ever seemed to. Geralt knew stuff, but not to the same extent. I don't know how to describe it.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if he had been one of the original saints, he really would have been on like Rhea's inner circle more
True,
so.
which makes me wonder where the other two went, unless they perished.
How? Looks like that.
Okay. She's slowly getting there. Why do you suck at flying?
That? Natural.
It's confusing. You can't promote him to the next level of Wyvern, Rider, Lord, whatever. Okay, who else am I working on? Because Raphael is more or less the class he should be. Hilda I can do whatever the heck with, and so I don't care that much. She's more or less fine where she is, unless I want to start power training her in Faith, and that's a pain in the ass. Caspar...
You haven't been using him as much.
No.
Petra would be fine to upgrade.
Who? Petra? Yeah, well, sort of. So, I'm just going to keep her as an assassin.
So she's just going to continue using swords. Alright.
Pretty much.
Anything else to assassins?
Kind of bow. They can use both. Technically, they can use everything. Every melee attack. I haven't been using her. What about Mercedes? I should probably put her down some more reason training.
Thank you.
Because if she can get that up, she can become a Grimory. Okay, well, good enough for now. Begin training.
Professor.
Whoops.
What did
Dang it.
What did you change your goals to?
I don't know. I
You
can
have to
change
be
it.
very cautious.
I mean, it also doesn't matter with Petra. She already has everything that she needs to be the class that she needs to be. Because she is the class that she needs to be. So whatever she switched over to is
We did good out there.
mildly irrelevant. But I can change it when I want. So
Were
what
they
is-
hauling rubble?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is Petra's? Axes and flying. Oh, that's actually helpful.
She wants to be
I
a
think I
wyvern
got the
rider
idea.
then.
Is
Yeah.
this what success feels like?
Perhaps
Which is
I'll
fine.
expand the scope of my research.
It's all
Hey.
instinct now.
Got Ragnarok. That's a good one. Okay. Do we fight? We fight! We'll do Battle in the Ruins and Pirates in the North. Oh yeah, they're straight up level 32. That's why this is hard.